Okay guys, here is my spooky, creepy tree. Basing it on the Harold design from Fallout 3. Except it's not going to be as massive as that, obviously, because I need to actually be able to get this out of my basement. Unlike my Grim Reaper prop, who may not be able to make it out of the basement. Alright, so we just started off with a simple piece of plywood as a base. 2x4s. These were from the bargain bin at Home Depot. The whole thing, all the wood, $5. The wood's a little warped, so you have to kind of play with it a little bit. I had to re-drill and drill it in again a few times. And but anyway, so it's working along. I've got some chicken wire. I'm doing the limbs right now, so I'm going to make a few limbs coming off, just these two I believe, and then I'm going to start to make the trunk of the tree. And the face I'm already working on, which will be embedded in the side of the tree. When I made the branches, I attached them, bending some of the chicken wire, the end of the chicken wire, and wrapping it around. But mostly I use these little cable ties. And I used a few around the edge, and that's really all you need to fasten these on to make that pretty sturdy. I used some Gorilla Glue and some deck screws, you really need about 2.5 inch deck screws. I had 2 inch. They did alright, but that's why I reinforced it with Gorilla Glue. And just covered the entire, made the branch and covered the entire wooden frame. And on this side I used a PVC frame because I needed to fit it through for the angle of this branch. The best thing I really could do was to just drill a huge hole and just stick the, I think it's a 1 inch or a 1.5 inch PVC through that 2x4. So I used a few pieces for extra structure. I used the one up on the top here. I used the piece here. Like I said, spent a lot of time just wrapping this entire body with the chicken wire. Built up the bottom to make it look more like the base of a tree. Trying to get almost like a leg kind of effect. You can't really see it from this angle. And I'm in the process of covering all of the chicken wire with paper, and then with paper and tape, and then I'm going to mache over that. Alright, here's the tree after 3 layers of paper mache. The 4th layer, I'm actually kind of bunching it up as I lay it on, trying to give it like a bark-like appearance, which I think is coming out pretty sweet. I've also used some great stuff to kind of make the eyebrows and some of the facial features. I just made it onto a piece of cardboard, just spraying some of the foam on there and bunching it up. And then after it dried, I ripped it off the foam and I hot glued it onto the front of the tree here for the eye, the brows, and some of these other, like the lip. And then I just put mache all over the top layer. Put some teeth in. The big test here, I have to be really good with the painting on this thing to make it look just super sweet. So I just painted in the eye and the teeth. The lighting down here really sucks, so hopefully you're kind of getting all this. But I just gave him a final coat of brown and just put the eye and the teeth in there. I could dry brush it, I might, to just make the edges really pop a little bit more. I probably will, but I mean, the thing could just be finished now. And it probably will be. Look, we'll see. But very proud of this thing. Came out a lot better than I had originally expected. So if you get the whole thing in here pretty much. And we'll come right in and give you a close-up of the face.